Hello, today we are going to have a little bit of Snort's story time, okay? And this story time is going to be asking if any of you guys have a problem, okay? So, has anyone ever had a problem with you, okay? Or anything like that? Don't trust them, okay? Because after this story, you're going to notice people saying, you got a problem, and stuff like that a lot more often. Don't ever trust someone who has a problem, okay? So, it was a Wednesday. Me and my friend Cameron, we were walking to school. It was a normal day. And what we do is we point at all cars with 2 fingers. Because we did it once, and we thought it was the funniest thing ever. Okay, so we do it to one car. What happens? They pass by. But the next thing you know, another car comes. We point at them. They pass by. But then a 3rd car came. Now this 3rd car was different. He had something special about him. He had a problem. Okay? It was a green car. It was like a green Jeep. Alright? We pointed at it. And he stopped right next to us, rolled down his window. And what did we do? We just looked at him and kept on walking. Now what does he do next? Does he just roll up to us again? Wait. He has to roll up his window first. Okay, after he rolls up his window, he's going to get closer to us. Then he'll roll it down again. So at this point we realized, okay, he's just going to do this for quite a while. So we might as well just talk to this guy and get him out of here. First thing he says, you got a problem? I said, no. Then he's like, keep on walking. Then I said, we were. Okay. So that was the story. Okay, it's all over. But wait, it isn't. See, on Thursday, what we did was we stopped the whole pointing thing. Because we realized some people might have a problem with it. Okay. And we saw this car coming again. So we just looked at it. And then he stops and slows down and he rolls down his window and is driving right next to us. He talks to my friend Cameron, because I have my head a little bit more. And he says, I really don't see what your problem is. So then I'm like, okay, I better go talk to him too. I go up and talk to him. And he's like, I'm going to go tell all of your teachers and your principal how bad you guys are. And I'm thinking, okay, we're 3/4 into this school year. I think our teachers know how bad we are. I think our principal knows how bad we are because we've been in this school for 2 years. Okay, I think they got a pretty good idea of it. But if you want to go have a problem with our teachers and whatnot, go ahead, got a problem guy. Go ahead, because I'll tell you something right here. What are you going to tell them? Oh, yeah, 2 kids, they were walking to school, and they point at my car, and it was really disrespectful. I think you should give them all Fs. Just my personal thought though. Okay, so he then said this. I really don't appreciate you guys jumping out in front of my car. And I'm like, we never did that. And he said, yes you did. So basically what he did was he just made that up. He's like, oh, you know, it'd be really cool if I sent these random little kids jumped in front of my car. Huh. Even though they just point at my car. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we did. I'm sorry. Okay? Because I didn't really want to deal with it. So what happens next is he drives off and we keep on walking. Then all of a sudden he comes up behind us and he said, not very impressive for 7th graders. Then I say, we're 6th graders. And he's like, that's even worse. By the way, we're 8th graders. I just wanted him to feel worse about himself. Bullying little kids. He's a bully, okay? This is the embodiment of cyberbullying, of bullying, of, I don't know, inappropriate things, not school appropriate things, okay? Of problems. This is the king of problems right here. Got a problem guy. And how you know it's his car is if it's a green Jeep that looks like it's been through like a war, and behind it on the bottom left, it has a rectangle that's white, and then on the bottom right, it has a little white circle that's empty in the middle. That's how you know it's him. It can be none other than Problem Guy. He's coming to look for all of your teachers. He's coming to look for your principal. Okay, he's coming to have a problem. Okay, let's just put it that way. So, we think it's all good and done. And it is. He stops coming up to us and talking to us. But then, we figure out that, like, one time we see him while we were out doing something. We see him, we go up, like, he goes up our street. And then another day, we were walking up our street, and we noticed that only 3 houses up from one of our houses, there he is. The embarkment, the legend, the one and only, the Problem Guy. Okay? And he didn't know that we lived right next to him, but we knew where he lived. So what did we do when we figured out they lived right there? Well, we didn't young ditch him, but we should have. Okay? But I can tell you what we did do. What we did do is another time we were at my house, okay? And my house is pretty close to his. It's like you just have to cross the street and like 4 houses down, okay? Now, I was just doing nothing, but my friend Cameron, he had to go all MLG. And me and him, we don't like it when little kids whip and stuff. We always make fun of it and dab. And what he did was he started to do the whip, and he whipped and pointed at his car. And so then we decided to do something great. I had to go get my scooter, but he's like, let's go drive by him. He got on his scooter, and I had to go get mine. So while I got mine, he drive by him, and then he came back to me, and I said, did he say anything when you went past him? Past him? And then he says, oh yeah, he just said, so I see you guys aren't done pointing at my car. And then all I said was, yep. So that was pretty good. But now since I was there, I wanted to pass by him too. So we both passed by him, and he's like, do you guys got a problem or something? And we just passed by him, and then on the way back, he asked, do you guys got a problem or something? Huh? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to this scrub. And when I talked to him, I was like, no, we don't got a problem, okay? We were just pointing at your car. You should calm down. And then he's like, no, you guys were jumping out in front of my car. And then Cameron's like, no, we weren't. Then he's like, yes, you were. Then we're like, no, we weren't. And we argued with him for this about a while. Yes, grammar. We argued about this for a while. And we're like, we didn't jump in front of your car. Yes, you did. We didn't. Yes, you did. So basically, if you point at a car, you're basically trying to pull off some insurance fraud. That's what we learned from this. Okay, but it's not over yet. It's far from over. It actually is pretty close to over. Okay, so after this little thing, okay, we keep on going back and down the street, and what is he doing? Is he up in his house looking out his window at us? Is he in his front yard? No, he's not. Where is he? He's hiding. Okay. What's he hiding behind? He's hiding behind the trash can, looking at us. Okay. So this guy, he doesn't go up in his window where he can just look out of one little spot. He hasn't just like hide somewhere like random. Oh yeah, and before this we passed by him earlier. He hid in the passenger seat of his car. But anyways, now he's hiding behind the trash can. Okay. The trash can. So we're like kind of laughing about it. We're like, oh my, is he really hiding behind the trash can? Okay. And he noticed that we see him. So we see him. What does he do now? He acts like he's gardening. It was so funny. Okay, so he's gardening now, okay? He just has a terrible weed problem, okay? There's weeds all over his lawn, so, you know, all behind the trash can. And we passed back and forth a couple times. And then, Then he comes down and he's like, look, do you guys have a problem with me or something? Because you guys keep on passing by my house. And it's just really bothering me. And we're like, this is the biggest, like, I don't think this guy went to school. Okay? I'm just gonna be straight up, because I think he went to problem school where all they did was math problems. Okay? I think he excelled at it too, because obviously he keeps on giving us some problems to figure out and whatnot. But anyways, he said that he's like, do you guys want your parent? Come on, you can send your parents down here to talk to me. And we're like, okay. We were gonna send our parents down, but we figured it'd be better to not let them know. Okay. We actually did tell our parents. And since this moment, anyone who has a problem, you can't trust them. Okay? They could be your best friend, but the moment they have a problem, you know that they're not your best friend. Okay? They're none other than your worst friend. Okay? You know what? You know what? They're not even a friend. They're a random person on the street. You don't know them. Okay? So, now that I have told you this story, you'll notice people saying stuff about problems more often. You'll notice problems coming up more often. You'll notice problem guy behind trash cans. Okay? And when you notice problem guy behind trash cans, you know that he has a weed problem. Because he's gardening, okay? He needs to keep that grass healthy and clean. And I left a big part of the story out. Okay? And that's whenever he rolled up next to us, he had a daughter. Okay? He wasn't just a random dude. Okay? He had a daughter. And, she was really short, and she had huge glasses and huge eyes. And it was creepy because the glasses made her eyes look even bigger. And she just looked over that window, staring at us, not stopping. She just stared. That's all she did. That was her life, of just staring. Okay, she was getting ready to make us implode into, like, I don't know, a donut. Yeah. Okay, she was ready to attack us with her death stare. Let's just put it that way. So anyways, now you'll notice people are having problems more often. Okay. And I can tell you some encounters or problems that I've had. Okay. So first off, Cameron, my friend, my good old friend, my chap, my chum. Okay. What he did was he had this balloon. Okay. Like, it wasn't a full balloon. It was like one of those really big balloons that gets really big. But it was just the very, like, part. It was a part that you just blow up. So if you blow into it, like, just the part that you blow up, it was all, like, blown up and everything. If you blow into the part, it will just make this loud duck noise. Or something. I don't know. It's just loud. Let's just put it that way. And, he did that in the hallways of our school. And one of the teachers came up, and it was an old teacher, and she said, "Cameron, what's your problem with me?" And he got his balloon taken away, but she's like, "What's your problem with me?" And we thought that was pretty funny. I mean, we thought it was terrible. Everyone has problems now. You see what problem guy has started? He started people everywhere. Our school, he probably went to our school and said, "Hey, these kids have problems." And then they're all like, "Oh yeah, of course, these 6th graders have problems." So now everyone has problems with us. But anyways, another day, there's these people down the street that we hate. It's not a problem guy. But he had that same balloon, and he like blew it as hard as he could with his arms behind his back like an anime run, but he wasn't running. And he blew it like while they passed by, and they stopped. And she came out, like the mom came out, and she was following us home. And she had a kid too. But she was following us home, and she's like, "Do you guys got a problem with me? Because if you do, please tell me, because I really want to fix it so we can be friends." And we're like, "No, we don't have a problem with you." And then like, she's just like walking with us, And she asked us like 20 times. And by the time she's done talking to us, she moved like 2 blocks away from her car, so she had to walk all the way back to her car. Okay? And another time, our art teacher, Cameron, there's a slab roller that you put clay in, and it'll like fly out the clay. Well, Cameron put his pencil under it, and he said, "You got a problem with the stuff that we use in art?" And another time, Cameron opened up this random thing in another class, and our art teacher was like, "Cameron, do you have a problem with other classes or something?" It's just crazy how many people have problems. So please, save the world, save yourself, save each other, don't have a problem, and just stay problem free. Thank you, and I'll be back with Snort's story time another day.